Hi there, guys. Um, wanted to come make this video real quick. I made the one um, on Shanquella Robinson on yesterday, but I wasn't able to upload it until today. So that video is up now. I want to make this one pretty short because once again, I'm on my way to work today. Um, but kind of on the back of that video, I want to make this video. Um, and it's a bit of an observation. It is just a way that we as Black women, and the way I uh, see the way things are and the way that hopefully things will pretty quickly begin to change. Uh, Especially with the rising of our consciousness and raising our frequency and being more observant you know um so i i I was I've been thinking about the video, thinking about how I made it and so forth. And Shanquella Robinson was very typical of most Black women. Most of us are very nurturing. We're very caring. We are so very vulnerable with that being the case. Um, there's just certain things that the world thinks about and expects of Black women. Most of the time, in a way that they don't think about other women or expect those things from other women. And although we get bashed and although we get talked about in a uh, although we get criticized, although we get downplayed and mistreated and talked bad about, and so much speculation about us, and so many stereotypes about us, um, you know, still, the truth of the matter is that on average, the world really looks at Black women and expects them to be certain things in a certain way. They look at really Black people as a whole to just carry and conduct themselves a certain way. One of those ways being us being very forgiving, us being very giving. Um, so many times in the cases of something like racism or something like something bad happened to us, and this is all the way from slavery on. Um, you get there, people will come on TV, oh, I'm sorry. They'll just make their sorry, or they will completely commit a complete injustice against us. And they expect us to say we forgive them. They expect us not to hold a grudge. They expect us, and I don't mean in this instance just Black women. I'm talking about on a whole. They just expect us to um, not hold them accountable, to just be okay. One of the things I heard about, it's just speculation and people's opinion about Shanquella Robinson, about, her going, her friends and her traveling to Mexico and this thing happening. Um, as I said, I believe, as many other people do, that this was a complete setup. Uh, and I just really think and believe that they really didn't think too much was going to happen. I don't think they thought at all. I really don't. I don't think they thought this thing through at all. I'm going to say this, and this is not in any way trying to give them a off or trying to give them a pass at all. Um, I don't know if they expected to kill her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say. I don't know. But I don't think that they would expect to go here, travel here, kill her, and just come back and everything was okay. I mean, I don't know. They dumb as shit if they did think that. For 6 people to think that, and not nobody, think and say, guys, maybe such and such, or maybe we need, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. They just wanted to go attack her, and thought that, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Like, I really seriously don't. But I said that to say that I just really don't think they thought anything would really happen, even as far as the investigation and everything, because she was a black woman. And because they really thought that, I don't know, I guess nobody was really going to look into it. Like, I don't know. It seemed like we take murder, especially we black people. It's like we take murder. It happens so easily with us in the black community. People getting shot and killed, just on a regular basis, so often, and a lot of times things don't happen. A lot of times it really ain't no big investigation. It ain't no big thing. And I don't know. I think maybe even their jealousy and rage, just they just really didn't care at that moment. I don't know, you know. But at the end of the day, it's that's not going to work out for them very well at all. Period. Because the world is on this. Um, and let me get back to the point. The point, though, is that we as black women are so very trusting. We are so very nurturing. We are so very giving. The world looks at us as the mothers, as the nurturers, as the I mean, when you look at society in general, when you look at the nannies and the people who, you would want to raise your children, and look at us from all the way back from slavery. Who did they get to mother and nurse and take care of their children? Was us. Like, we are the ones that the world looks to for that mothering, nurturing type thing. And it's not bad necessarily, but I think in so many ways we are going to have to sadly stop being in our emotions and that nurturing aspect so much, and kind of begin to operate in wisdom, operate in a higher frequency, in that we can use more wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not being so trusting, just not taking people for their word. And that's a hard thing to say and to do for a lot of us. I'm that kind of person. Like, I really seriously take people at face value. And I've been called very unwise and naive for doing that. And I get it. I absolutely do. But I think a lot of us are still like that. I think it's innate in us. I think we're taught that. How many little girls, and I know it happens to women of other cultures, but how many little black girls and stuff are left to be the mom to the younger kids, 11, 12 years old, 10 years old, and she got to take care of the rest of the kids while mama go to work or whatever. So it's ingrained in us and taught from a very early age. um but I think, just like Shanquella, if it comes out to be that she really did pay for all this and took these people on this trip and trusted them as her friends and things like that, that's the kind of stuff we do. It really is. Like, that is the kind of stuff that we do as black women. um I think it's the case of where and how we are so um open with men in that way. I think that's why you got so many black men who are able to depend on black women for housing, food, shelter, and clothing, for paying all the bills and driving the car, whatever. And I think, of course, it's something we got to get out of. But I think that's just a part of like who we are. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I know it ain't just black women that does that. But it's not good for us. It's not good for us. I mean, it's very, very easy for us to fall into that role. We're natural caregivers. We're natural mothers, as I said before, and so it's easy for us to fall into that. Just real quick, the situation that I'm in with the guy that I have been seeing for a little bit. We have a very unique type of relationship. Like it's not. It's just a very unique type of relationship, and so, but he was not feeling well. One of the last times he was here, like second or third to the last time he was here, and he had something going on with his stomach and everything. It just wasn't feeling good, and it's just like it was so in me to want to just hug him and take care of him, and what do you need, and do you need some this? Like I was beginning to see myself fall into that, and that's an aspect of our relationship. Like we don't really do that. Like I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? And half of it is because I purposely keep myself from doing that, because I know how easy it is and natural it feels for me to fall into that. But I don't want certain things to happen with me starting to do that. I really don't. Um, Not to say that I want to be mean and unkind and uncaring to him. I don't. But I also know how I am, and I know that I could make a person probably very easily feel very comfortable and start getting very clingy to me. I know that. And so I don't want, I don't want that. I really don't. I want this to be different. It has been different. It's been very, very, very good. Like it really has broken a lot of the old patterns that I have and have carried in other relationships. This one is very, very different. And I'm happy with it. And I'm grateful for it. And so to sum it up, you guys, um, it's going to take for us to have a more realistic approach to life and to people, because that was the thing that I had to really deal with, is that although I feel a certain way, and although I want things to go this way or whatever, and although I wouldn't, that's the biggest one, I wouldn't do people like that. I don't even like, my mind don't even think that way. But I had to realize people aren't like me. Like they do. A lot of people, many people who manipulate and who use you and take you advantage of you and things like that, take your kindness for weakness, all these things, um, are those who are counting on you being that way. Like you're not going to investigate me, you're not going to look into me, you're not going to research me. Like you're going to pretty much take me at my word. Like you're going to treat me like you want to be treated. You're gonna be good to me, like, and these things are taken for granted. Like I say, once again, just by us being black women, just because of how we are and how the world sees us, and so many times it's true, and so many times we unfortunately get ourselves into bad situations with men, with relationships, with just in general, on our jobs, like all of that. And so, you know, as I say, it's going to be that we're going to have to start taking a more realistic approach. Like we are really seriously going to have to stop ignoring things, because we're very smart. We have natural instincts, not just women's intuition. We as black women, it's more than that. It's deeper. It's more spiritual than that. Um, and so we have it in us. I think we just don't want to look at people like that. Like we just don't want to. We want to keep thinking the best of them and everything. And I get it, and it's good, but at the same time, we got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to examine people and people's motives, and like really seriously look at, why are you in my life? Why are you coming to me? What do you want from me? What, you know what I'm saying? Because it's something. It's always something. Uh, Even a situation like I say that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking this guy for granted and face value like I have before. You know what I'm saying? And I treat him accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I'm sweet and good to him, but I'm not like I used to be. And I think that, like I say, it's important for us to be. It's important for us to do that. It's important for us to, like I say, look at why. Why are you here? What do you want? I know he wants something from me. I know he did. You know what I'm saying? Um, and with me knowing what he wants from me and that he wants things from me, um, I keep that in my head and in my mind at all times. And so it gives me the ability to give what I want to give, how I want to give it. It keeps me in control. You know what I'm saying? And to not go overboard. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a tendency to do, and like so many of us have a tendency to do. So, summing this up, guys, we're gonna have to pray more. When I say pray, I'm not, y'all, I'm not talking about the Christian Jesus, what if that's what you do, if that's what, I have gotten back into prayer from many different aspects, which I'm not going to go into. But whatever way makes you comfortable, if it's to your ancestors, which I do as well, if it is, on a more spiritual level with candles and oils and rituals and things like that, I do that too. Whatever it is, however you get your answers, however you get that wisdom. I mean, we got to start trusting ourselves more. If you think it and if you're feeling it, it's at least worth it's at least worth looking into and exploring. And sometimes it don't be nice, it be ugly. Ask more questions. If it's nothing more but asking more questions. Um do it because you got to protect yourself, because I'm gonna tell you something I've learned in this life. If people can take advantage of you in any kind of way, and I'm talking about family, friends, co-workers, if they can do it, they're going to do it. They are going to do it. If there's a loophole, if there's a tiny way in for them to do it, they'll do it. And a lot of times people, this is my last point, a lot of times people are not looking at you to, oh, they're just such a sweet person. They're just such a nice person. They can help me. They can, and it just sincere and pure and honest and true. And it don't be like that. That's how a lot of times we see it and will do it. But for the most time, they see you as a lick. They see you as I can get over on you. They can see you as she don't, or she don't really get it. Like people see me like that all the time. I'm not at all, but that's how I come off, and that's how people see me. Like people really seriously, think I'm stupid. Like they really do. And it's funny to me in a lot of ways because it gives me the opportunity to show you just how stupid I really am not, and how I already know what you're doing. Probably before you even thought about it, I already thought about it. That's some Pisces intuition also. So, but we gotta stop really looking at the world with rose-colored glasses. We gotta be real, sincere, true, and honest. We need to look back at our past. We need to look back at past things that have happened, and keep those in our mind and use them as references, because I'm telling you, the world is not as sweet and kind and whatever as you are or as you may think it is. I mean, if people really can hurt you and do something and get something from you and they're going to do it. So you got to keep yourself protected. You got to keep yourself set apart. You got to meditate. You got to pray. You got to pray for protection rituals and things over you, your life, people you know and love. Um, Not be so gullible. And I hate to say that, but not be so gullible. Like we really, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe that Shanquella Robinson did not probably know that these people or some of these people had some animosity toward her. Like it's hard to not know that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to not know that because I mean, yeah, it's hard not to know that. Just plain and simple. But I think she probably thought, like a lot of black women, and I'm just speculating for her, that if you just keep being nice and if you just keep, keep being you and being you, then, they'll come around or they'll finally see that it ain't no need to hurt me. It ain't no need to do all that to me. Like I'm here. I'm your friend. I'm good to you. People don't think like that. People, I mean, when people got bad, evil, negative intentions towards you, they just got them. And all the niceness and kindness and gentleness and all that in the world many times don't stop them from being evil because it's just who they are. And so that's why you got to protect yourself. So guys, I just wanted to throw that out there. I just wanted to give that um, for we women to look at and see and to know, you know, um, and understand, you know. But you guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Thank you for subscribers. Please hit the subscribe button. I don't upload like I want to all the time, especially right now. But you know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. And thank you for being here. You could be anywhere else, but thank you so much for coming and listening to me and listening to my perspective and listening to my examples and things like that. I'm so grateful. I really am grateful and thankful that you all listen to me and consider me at all. But you guys, until the next video, I'll see you next time.